Ok, benvenuti alla notte di Halloween, ragazzi. Cosa c'è di meglio che non Alan Wake 2? Allora, scorriamo fino alla fine. Ho appena fatto partire il software, non l'avevo mai visto in vita mia, quindi ragazzi è una novità assoluta su questo canale. Come al solito. Cioè, italiano, qualità o prestazioni? Prestazioni o qualità? Proviamo prestazioni, al massimo lo cambiamo. Oh, ci sono anche le espansioni. Possiedi già la Deluxe Edition. Attenzione, possediamo già la Deluxe Edition. Figo. Espansioni. Nice Springs. Minchia. Of Control. Oh. Estetica. Ah, vabbè. Minchia. Mm. Il tipico sarebbe questo. Ma sì, vestiamo una stracciotta. Nuova partita. Modalità storia, perché già abbiamo paura di nostro ancora. Speriamo che sia facile. Boh, raga, vediamo un po'.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story.
Mm.
In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a
Le promesse
monster.
non sono bellissime.
And monsters wear many faces.
Cazzo, c'è il gallo giallo. Cazzo. Via. Qua ci demonetizzano il video. Sto vedendo un culo umano. Oh cacchio. Oh porco cazzo. No, ma meno male hanno avuto decenza di farlo girare se gli punti la telecamera sul pistolino, meno male. Mamma mia. Si vede la pelle bagnata, sti cazzi. Tutto peloso, ma che roba. C'ha pure le chiappe pelose. Cazzo. Ma porca puttana, ragazzi. Ma perché sono questo ciccio bombo? Ah, c'è la panzetta. Che panzerotto, eh. Che bei fianchi larghi. Pelosetto, col culo peloso, tutto sporco. Non si vede, non ci fanno del pistolino. Niente sarà lui. La luce. Lol. Posso correre, posso solo camminare con io mazzo nudo. Mamma mia. Che roba. Vabbè, io salgo, eh. Chi è? Si sentono rumori nella boscaglia. E sto tizio è completamente ignudo. Che schifo. Aia, cazzo. Che paura. Ah, che cazzo. No, si è visto. Lo abbiamo visto. Le palle a ciondolone. Vabbè, io lo seguo, eh. Cazzo di albero, eh. E all'improvviso siamo all'orbita. Scatta probabilmente. Ah, sa pure correre il ciccio pompo. No, il cazzo è? Partita salvata, meno male. Dove vado? Non mi vado. Ho paura. Di qua, sì. Ci stiamo già cacando sotto. Qua. Si era chiusa. Non c'è. Aia, e questi? Si scappa. Aia, no. No. Cazzo. Aia. No, basta. Stagione di caldo. Hanno messo sul tavolo la setta del... Che gli fai? Quel what the fuck ci stava, infatti, Dai, si vede il pistolino. Lo hanno aperto come un capretto, ma... Ecco. Ividi. Cazzo. Che presentazione. Shining. Questa è presa pari pari da Shining.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night
Night
Springs
Springs,
here.
no.
Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers. I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo.
Bello e bello.
Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid.
E Logan è un nome da femmina adesso.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work.
Allora, piccola considerazione. Qui una delle protagoniste è una donna di colore, ma il gioco non è comunque walk.
There's the
Perché
car, so
ci
where's the
sta.
deputy?
È una cosa semplicissima, non sta ostentando nulla.
I'll check out that map.
Walk è quando la metti di proposito, la fai omosessuale, transessuale, di colore apposta, invece qui è normale, non è walk, sta.
Memorizing before we get swallowed
va.
up by the trees.
Questa è la nostra mappa, noi siamo qui, qui c'è un parcheggio, costa di delle vacanze, il percorso, sarà mica un open world, obiettivi, vai alla scena del crimine e trova gli agenti, se schiaccio le 3 mi punta sul coso, ok, ma dove sono gli agenti? Beh. Witch Lab, no, roba della Witch. Vabbè, comunque. Bright Falls. Ok, lo sceriffo. Qui si clicca sulla mappa. Beh, senti, seguiamo qua Mister Simpatia.
Hey, over here.
No, è qui.
Hey there. Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agents right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Were there any witnesses?
Puoi anche fare delle
Yeah,
scelte
a
incredibili.
couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
What can you tell us about the crime scene?
Tell them about the heart.
I was getting to that, Thornton. Well, we reckon there are some organs that are currently outside the victim's person when they should be, well, you know, inside.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell them I'm here waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Before we get to the crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues clearly.
Ho il tabellone del caso.
The Mind Place. My
E dentro la
version
sua
of the Mind
testa.
Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
Eh, Tutte le vittime risultano scomparse nel 2010 e non c'è altro in comune. Cazzo. Oh. Caverno. Vabbè, arrivederci. Bel posto. Tutto nella sua mente, bacata. Appena scoperto. C'è una TV. Sarà Logan. Questo sarà il marito. Boh.
I see you're already hard at work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene.
Chiaramente il gioco in pausa.
Fucking nature.
Fantastico.
Gives me a headache. There's too much
Quasi
sky.
pericoloso.
I'm gonna go check something out. Be right back.
Got it.
A creepy twig sculpture? Hey, Casey. You putting me in charge. Why now?
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Mm-hmm. Real funny, Anderson.
Ciao, come va? Cavolo, non ho guardato. Questo è Alan Wake 2, l'ideale per Halloween perché è un gioco dell'orrore. È molto molto spaventoso. Ah, salutamelo, salutamelo, Samu, salutamelo. Ok, andiamo giù. Tanta roba, sicuramente. Non c'è niente.
Stairs are out. You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
Cacchio. Mirror pick. Picco dello specchio. Ho capito, lo puoi vedere dal lago. Capito. È di proprio da
I'll be back in a second.
Roger.
andando via da qui non si va. Andiamo di qua. Sai che zitto zitto,
This can't be the right way.
la negretta c'ha un bel culo. Andiamo. Andiamo indietro, va. Torniamo da Mister Simpatia. Vediamo cosa c'è da dirmi.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
Sì, sì.
Getting back to nature is your thing.
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain.
Che sta
The only thing
piovendo.
around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
Che sta mettendo a
They
piovere.
did. Next coffee.
Un gabinetto. No, una cabina telefonica.
I think I
Andiamo a
saw
vedere sto
something.
coso, va.
It'll only take a minute.
I'll wait here.
Eccolo.
Hey!
Poliziotto
Deputy
più sveglio
Thornton,
dell'universo.
I take it.
That's me, service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's
Ignorante.
behind the store. Come on, I'll show you.
Quanta ignoranza.
So, FBI, huh? That's
Così è
so
scritto
cool.
sulle giacche.
Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Vediamo sto cadavere, va. Adesso scene forti, quindi se siete deboli di stomaco,
Found him on the
giratevi
table.
dall'altra parte.
He didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tar.
Si vede il
You
pistolino.
owe me a coffee.
Okay.
C'è il
Let's start by
pistolino.
examining our guest of honor. Does this fit the MO of the previous murders?
Non solo, guarda qua.
Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic. Another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Coincidence?
Mm. Vabbè. Questa è sempre la mappa. Allora,
The
poi,
killer left the heart right next to the body.
e raccogliamo il cuore.
Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down. Incised stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
Minchia ciurome.
Part removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
Ecco qua. Vabbè. Scopri di più sulla vittima, scopri di più sull'assassino. Vabbè, ciao. Che bello che fa tutta la sua roba. È tutto nel suo cervello sta roba. Così risparmia anche su tutto. Questo coso.
My first ever prank on Casey. A true classic.
Complimentoni.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table. The victim died here. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers? Boot prints, indicating multiple killers. Quite the party. Did they plan for the murder to happen here? Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI.
Nightingale.
He came to town about 13 years ago. I haven't heard a word about him since. Huh. Until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
Oh.
If only the rest of the Bureau knew what a softy Casey is. Miss you, kiddo. I'll be home soon.
Forza.
Mom may be gone, but whenever I read this, I feel like she's still here. So you knew our victim?
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico.
Quantico, ragazzi.
Never worked any cases
A
together.
Quantico.
After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here.
I bet there's more to that story.
But no happy ending.
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago. 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over. Was it for a camera? Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting. I think that's it. Robert Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago. They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling.
Sull'angolo cosa già fatto.
Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together. Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake, before his murder. Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flick the switch, it goes click. Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. And Nightingale a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something. This mug always cheers me up.
Niente, raga, sono stato un po' in silenzio perché stavo riflettendo come sta riflettendo lei. Effettivamente ti fa pensare sto gioco sul momento, sai? Ti fa vedere come può pensare un membro dell'FBI. Controlla la riva.
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow. Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Right.
Ok, dobbiamo andare lì. Però adesso sta piovendo, non dovrebbe bagnarsi.
I'll look around. See you in a bit.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Locked. They really don't want people coming in here.
Giusti per la riva. Sì. Attenzione.
Wonder what's inside. I should take a look around for a way to open this thing. Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
Allora, dicevamo, lavati le mani. Quindi questo, tira fuori il pollo dal frigo e fatti un pisolino. Quindi è. Ok. Ok, proviamo. Cazzo, non me ne ricordo neanche uno. Ecco, cazzo. Quello è su e giù. Quindi quello di mezzo abbiamo detto che è la clessidra.
Hey, Casey. What's the forest's favorite shape?
Please, Anderson. Just one case without the
A triangle.
I don't get it.
Yes, you do.
Così, senza nessuna richiesta. Però, vedi che c'è. Stiamo andando male, eh. Il lavandino non ha un simbolo. Lavati le mani, dove te le lavi le mani? Nel bagno mi lavo le mani. Ah, allora lavati le mani è quello lì.
I'm getting flashbacks.
Quello là.
Remember Ohio?
Sure. The North Side slasher. But that case was completely different.
The trees, Anderson. He hid the bodies in the forest.
Ecco. Sapevo io. Va bene, grazie.
Welcome back, Anderson. This one of your hunches, Anderson? Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers. The job is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this guy doing skinny dipping at this time of year?
Haven't figured that part out yet.
Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
I didn't know trees got that big. Gives me the creep.
There's a piece of paper on the ground. Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales? They come out from under the boulder.
Makes no sense.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page
Ecco.
of story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading the words. These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation. How could they not accept?
Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
Cacchiarola.
Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way. Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. I should profile Nightingale about this page. I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
The victim was one of their own.
Te lo
FBI
legge.
Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page, the first page that they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message. Was a message.
Oh,
Someone
raga, a
knew they
me
were
sta
here.
mettendo una paura
What they were
addosso sta
doing.
roba. Cioè, adesso
Someone
non c'è
playing a
niente di
game with them.
soprannaturale ancora, a parte
Egging them
sta
on.
pagina.
An invitation.
Però,
How could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them. Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
dovessi metterci la mano dentro.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find
Bene,
inside.
bravo. Bravissimo. Sì, è tutto abbastanza guidato, ma buono così.
Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Whoever wrote that page made sure it read like a story. Like a scene from a thriller.
I hate all of it. The text said we'd find more. I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative. To do what? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
It's all about control. Deciding what happens to who. Don't let it drag you in.
Too late. I'm already hooked. I need the next chapter.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure, but the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Oh, questo
Not a
essere
problem.
c'è.
I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Thanks. Let's get the car, drive to Bright Falls, and talk to these witnesses, the bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Ok.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside.
Chissà se posso riprendermi la chiave.
Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if
Ah
we
no,
get a
chiude
chance.
solo la porta.
Now you're just being mean.
Vabbè.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they see much stuff this gruesome.
Graficamente è molto bello. Qui c'è qualcosa per me? C'è no entry, però lì è di là. Oh,
Is that a kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie
oh,
lunchbox. Casey hates the endless jokes about coincidentally
frammenti
having the
di
same name as a fake
manoscritto.
detective. He hates those cheesy crime books, but he really hates the movies.
Oh, oh. Miglioriamo là. Ah, ok, non posso fare un cazzo. Perché me l'hai fatto fare adesso? Allora, ma vaffanculo. Vabbè. Qua sono le pagine del manoscritto.
The Mile High Strangler case. Proud of that one.
Che- Ok. Vabbè, grazie. Eh.
Can't fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod for a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take
Potrebbe
out
anche
his
essere.
heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Ah, doppia chiave, ragazzi.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner. I can't get that
Ok.
manuscript page out of
Lo
my
usano
head.
come caricamento,
I've never
quindi.
seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery.
Oh. Silent Hill
Need to
senza
swing by the
nebbia.
lodge to get anything from the field office?
I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
Cazzo
The
sono
diner's
sicuro
just up the
io.
waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Ah, non abbiamo scoperto la mappa. Eccola qua. Ora sì. Vediamo caldo dove cazzo sta. Ok.
Just how much coffee have you had today, Charlie?
Don't know, don't care.
Not to toot my own horn, but I am pretty darn sure my... I mean, oh dear. We'll be the belle of the ball, you confessed. Just a
Che belle immagini. Sa com'è in modalità grafica. Solo più lento. Cazzo, la differenza però si vede nei movimenti, Porca vacca. Se si vede la differenza.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Brinker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with
Il
the
caffè
sheriff.
per calmarsi.
Take your time.
Non è proprio il massimo, è il caffè per calmarsi.
We've looked through the
Vediamo un
case
po'.
files you sent over, Sheriff.
Adesso stiamo giocando in modalità qualità, giusto per vedere le differenze. Ed è lo stesso identico del primo.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the Bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay? So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives, like some kind of satanic cult. And then we bolted and called the cops.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree, the cult of the tree, cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found out. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
The cult of the tree. What are the Bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree back, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists. The Bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the rider fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were telling the truth.
Tanto l'arma non la possiamo migliorare.
Casey's favorite brand. Tastes terrible.
Ah, no, niente. Oh, sarà. Io preferisco qualità. Ah, che poi guardate che cazzata. Ci sono solo delle ombre. Bah, fesseria. Meglio così. Solo Silent Hill l'ho giocato.
So you found something there, right? A
Qualità.
necklace these cultists may have
Qualità.
dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing, Tammy.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing dear Fez.
Oh, God. Saga! Saga Anderson. As I live and...
Oh, che cazzo è?
I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's me, silly. Rose. You know me.
I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl?
She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird you don't remember.
How do you know I have a daughter?
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time.
No. You're mistaking me for someone else.
If you say so.
Scusa, ma ti conosce per nome e cognome senza mai averti mai vista. Boh. Molto molto strano.
Finding a Casey movie lunchbox out here can't be a coincidence. Another message?
Oh yes. Questo è un altro caso.
So, Rose, help me out. How do you think we know each other?
We all know each other around here. It's been a while, but I never forget a face. Or a coffee order.
Guess I just have one of those faces. Seen anything out of the ordinary in town lately? Suspicious people in deer masks?
No one's suspicious. But soon enough, there'll be lots of happy people wearing deer masks for Deerfest. Practically everyone will be wearing one.
Good to know.
Proprio buonissimo lo sparsi.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a look.
Let's go. Well, Casey, I got a lead. Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree.
A murder cult. Fuck.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
I played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Ah, morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
Hey, what do you know about that waitress from the diner?
Rose? Ace case. Always has been. Why? What'd she do now?
She kept saying that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was all very weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible. But it's best not to take it personally.
Sì, ho capito, ma come fa a sapere il tuo nome e il cognome che è una figlia? Che non ti ha mai presentato nessuno?
Hey, boss. Corpse is downstairs ready to go.
Yep, in the morgue, all prepped.
I'd like to take a closer look as soon as possible. Lead the way, Sheriff.
Oh, this is the Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
Ogni tanto si incastrano i corpi,
We appreciate the support, Sheriff.
Però c'è più gente rispetto all'altro gioco.
So we share a morgue with the funeral home next door. It's a shoestring budget. I guess you guys don't have that problem, though. Our only coroner rotates between a few other towns, and he's away this week. But you can handle this, right?
I'm qualified to perform examinations. Yes.
Preparatevi a schifezze di ogni genere, raga.
Something about morgues. They always cheer me up.
I can't say I feel the same.
Avessero scelto una bella figa almeno. Attrezzatura, che attrezzatura sarà? Eccoci.
Okay. Let's take a
Proprio
look at our
felice.
patient. I'll start with the external inspection before performing the internal examination.
Che cazzo.
What was the cause of death? What other clues can the body give? The body shows signs of being submerged in water post-mortem. It doesn't add up. There's writing on here. Can't make it out.
Writing? How'd they manage that?
This looks like text. A tattoo?
Nightingale didn't strike me as a tattoo guy. Defensive wounds. He put up a fight.
Aha.
E la sono tenuta
Something
per
inside
ultimo.
his chest. Time to see what Nightingale's body can tell us. Text is smudged. Looks inverted. Heart can't have been marked before removal.
Sembra abbastanza semplice come causa del decesso.
There's definitely something in his chest. Did the killers leave it there?
Oh, vedi come si sta allargando. Buono. Opla. Con sto pistolino a vista. Comunque non sa fare l'autopsia, eh.
It's the same type of page we found at Cauldron Lake.
Un'altra pagina.
Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her. The Taken could not see into bright light. Light hurt them, made them vulnerable. Nightingale had no heart, but here he was, killing.
Someone's created a fucked up fantasy about us.
Hey, hold on. We found these kinds of pages.
Oh.
I didn't think they were relevant to this case. I have them right here. No, wait.
Sheriff?
What the hell?
Aia.
Didn't see her. Could not see into bright light.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'll make you pay.
He's coming. No weapon. The page said to get into the light.
Andiamo nella luce.
He can't see me in the light. My gun's out in the hall. Gotta get it back. Go!
Dove devo andare? Minchia.
He knocked my gun out of the room. I need to find it.
Get out of my house.
Allora. Ok. Fine del capitolo. Ragazzi, abbiamo finito il primo capitolo. Uff, che caga. Lo scagozzo ci viene.
He didn't have a heart, but he still got up. The page predicted all of it. It helped me fight him.
He just
Però giusto qua.
What the hell is going on here?
We need to figure that
Questo
out
è
if we're going
morto.
to do anything about it. Somehow we need to make sense of...
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult. A ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster. The autopsy room was a mess, like a bomb had gone off. Nightingale hunted Saga. Didn't see her under the light, lurched past her. The Taken could not see into bright light. The light hurt them, hurt the darkness in them, made them vulnerable. I flick the switch, it goes click. Show me the clicker, lights are off, but somebody's home. Hemingway brought you here, witch. Get out of my house, Nightingale shouted. A wave of terror crashed through Saga's head. The awful truth. Nightingale had no heart in his chest, but here he was, killing a monster. The world had lurched out of balance. You found yourself trapped on the far side of the mirror.
Tre su 6. Quindi ho perso 3 pagine. A sentire le canzoni.
A dead man turned into a monster. Light as a way to fight him. Pages predicting the future? There's no rational explanation. This is the case we must solve.
Saga was back at Cauldron Lake. He was there too, Nightingale. Was, but wasn't a Taken, a creature of darkness. He was beyond her reach, where some other strange reality, the dark place, merged with ours. This place and the dark place, a tarp thrown over top, drowning everything beneath it, a flood of darkness, soaking into
Le
everything,
immagini sono sempre le
spoiling
stesse.
it, rotting it. The page called this area an overlap.
Si ripetono
Saga
random.
had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap. Finding a way in would be difficult, required precise steps, a ritual. Saga would learn how. Stop the monster before he killed again. Her job. He'd be inside, waiting for her.
Parliamo.
Right before things got crazy, Sheriff Breaker just vanished.
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting on.
He seemed anxious,
dead. Well, yeah, right. Well, that's all crazy talk. Monsters aren't real, and what do you mean the sheriff disappeared?
Ragazzi, questi due sono staglioni.
He's gone like magic? Magic's not real.
No, Thornton. Monsters aren't real, and magic's definitely not real.
Can't open this with my bare hands.
They're a fine pair.
Oh dear, I am a tourist, and it appears that I'm lost in the woods. You only had a tour guide, also. Bear season. Oh no, a bear. Help. Did somebody call for a tour guide? Oh wow, Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours. Unforgettable tour experiences at affordable prices. That's right, I'm Ilmo Koskela, voted best coffee roaster / tour guide by Coffee World magazine. And I'm here to give you the tour of a lifetime. But Ilmo, I've heard the government has seized and restricted access to many local nature attractions. That is true, Yanko. Many local attractions have recently become fenced off by the government. And that's why, at Koskela Brothers Adventure Tours, we say, fuck the government. We have both cutters. Oh, wow. You think of everything. And we'll take you anywhere. Hiking through the scenic Elderwood National Park. Fishing in the crystal clear waters of Bright Falls Dam. Bird watching at majestic Mirror Peak.
Ma che cazzo sto guardando?
Tour of a lifetime is just one phone call away. Book now to get a 9% discount on this limited edition Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos.
Perché ho visto una cosa del genere? E aumentano le cose pure. Porca troia. Ditemi perché ho visto una roba del genere. Vabbè. Fanno finta di niente, che sono morti due uomini.
My client has been held here long enough. Are you gonna let me speak to them or
Questo è
not?
un avvocato.
Just a moment, ma'am. Someone will be right with you.
Minchia.
It's not opening.
Apices. Dopo di voi ruba la carta igienica, dai. Chissà se... No. Cambia un cazzo.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already have. Can you call it in, Casey?
A smart choice, Anderson. Yeah, Agent Casey here. Yeah. We need backup. The Bright Falls case? Whoever you can spare. ASAP. Think we'll actually find Nightingale at the lake?
The pages haven't been wrong yet.
We can't assume the person writing these pages isn't playing us.
I agree. But it's our best lead. This is the same symbol as that cult necklace.
Not exactly hiding in the shadows, are they?
Mercado won't roll over on the issues.
Rinse and repeat. Clock out, get a beer. Or maybe 3.
E via, altro caricamento camuffato da
I need
spostamento
to come
d'auto.
clean, Anderson. I know why Nightingale was here 13 years ago. He was chasing a writer, Alan Wake.
Sono passati 13 anni
Tammy
dal
mentioned
primo
him.
Alan Wake.
She's writing a book on his disappearance.
You know the detective character from his books, Alex Casey.
Yeah, I've heard the jokes at the office. Cold case Casey. Murder case Casey. Sorry.
Ha. It's the same name, similar job. It's the first thing anyone thinks of. It annoyed me, but that was it. Then, 10 years ago, I started getting strange letters in the mail. Fragments of prose describing murders. You've heard the stories about what happened in New York. Some of it, at least. Bodies started to pile up. It was a murder cult. Turns out the fragments sent to me were from the crime books of Alan Wake. The cult was copycatting the murders from the books. In their heads, they were performing a ritual to bring Wake back. Their imagined prophet. After that case, I started looking into Wake's disappearance on the side.
And you thought this case might be connected to him? His name does keep popping up.
I just wanted you to have all the facts.
Next time, give them to me before we find ourselves in the middle of a horror story.
Effettivamente gliel'avesse detto prima. Una storia dell'orrore. Quello che non si sono scandalizzati più di tanto. Un cadavere si è alzato in piedi. Uno gli è sparito all'improvviso. Morti così. Come se fosse la cosa più semplice del mondo. Il cuore.
The page says
Il lupo,
Nightingale's in something
l'agnello.
called an
Il lupo,
overlap.
l'agnello.
Need to figure out exactly what that means.
I'm happy I'm not in charge of this mess.
Thanks. Let's start looking for Nightingale where he was killed. The writer of these pages knows what will happen. Because they're behind this, or because they can see what's coming. Impossible things are happening here. A world operating on different rules. I need to understand this strange logic. To see the clues. To solve the case.
Solve the case.
I've been thinking more about the cult of the
Bello
tree.
la luce del sole.
What sort of cult refers to themselves as a cult?
In my experience, they don't.
We're not seeing the full picture yet.
Hey, hello there. How are you folks doing?
Those restricted area signs don't do a damn thing, huh?
Hello. Saga Anderson. Are you two supposed to be here?
I'm Ilmo Koskela. Fantastic to meet you. And yes, Stephen here hired me to show him through the woods. He's in town on important government business. Fixing this impressive piece of hardware.
I work for the FBC, ma'am. I'm authorized to be here.
And I bet you two are here about that murder. Nasty stuff. How's it going?
How did you hear about the murder, Ilmo? Do you know anything that could help us?
People tend to tell me things. The Koskela brothers are kind of a household name around here. Speaking of, if you're looking for some fun, stop by Watery. Just down the road from Bright Falls, there's our Coffee World amusement park. There's sauna ja vihta. And we offer a variety of guided tours, hunting, fishing, hiking, whatever strikes your fancy. You name it, we probably got it.
What is this thing?
It's just a monitoring station, ma'am. The Federal Bureau of Control checks volcanic activity and
Federal
air
Bureau
toxicity
of
levels.
Control.
No need to worry, though. It's mostly for research purposes.
That's one gorgeous weather saga. Looks Nordic. I bet a family member made it.
My mother made this sweater for me. How do you know?
I knew it. My mom used to knit those sweaters for me and my brother. Watery, my hometown, was founded by Finnish immigrants. So between your name and the sweater, I figured your family might be from Finland too. Suomi, Finland, Pulla, Karjalan piirakka.
Close. My mom's family is from Sweden originally. I don't know much about them beyond that. The sweater is just something to remember her by. Stephen, we're investigating a murder that occurred nearby. What can you tell me about your bureau?
Nothing that isn't classified, I'm afraid. But I don't know anything about a murder. Operations here are run by a different department. I'm just here to make some repairs. The wiring on this thing frays every couple months.
Yep, that's the raccoons. They grow real big here with teeth like you wouldn't believe. Can't gnaw right through a garbage can.
That's all I've got for the moment.
What the hell is this?
What'd you find there, Stephen?
Let's get to the murder site, Casey.
Just something that shouldn't be here. Ruins my ass.
A lot of things about this case keep bothering me. But one thing feels really off. Breaker's disappearance. I don't get the feeling Nightingale was responsible.
He was about to give you more of those pages. Something didn't want us to have them? Or was protecting him from Nightingale? Spontaneous combustion? I don't know. Not the kind of disappearance we normally solve. Our crime scene's drowning. I never minded rain. Feels like home.
No sign of Nightingale.
Facciamo
But the
così.
page did place him at Cauldron Lake. In Africa. So how do we follow him there?
Maybe something around here will tell us.
Monsters? Overlaps? Rituals? What do you make of all of this?
The killers are usually the ones performing the ritual, not the detective. Acting out their sick fantasy. They may be trying to get you involved, forcing you into their twisted world.
But with dead men coming alive, the word ritual starts to have more weight behind it. We need to look around. Learn what this ritual is. After we find Nightingale, what then? I've never arrested a monster.
I've watched you arrest plenty of monsters, Anderson.
You know what I mean. Monsters. Light worked against him at the morgue. That might be the only way to stop him from hurting anyone else. We've seen this symbol before.
Good eye.
Bare feet. Nightingale. I'll see where these footprints lead. Can you comb through the crime scene one more time, KC? Just in case?
On it. If anything comes up, I'll radio you.
Musica rassicurante. Assai rassicurante.
The tracks lead into the water. Where'd he go from here?
Vai, rimortacci tua.
A presence. Nightingale isn't far. What is that? These aren't the same tracks that were here before. They're headed into the tree, not out of it. My flashlight burned the dark stuff away.
The fuse was in place. Saga stepped into the witch's hut. Inside, a bright light. There were objects that stood out to Saga, as if the light had manifested them.
The witch's hut. Okay. I trust the pages to lead me to the overlap.
Trovo un rifugio sicuro. Boh. Che cazzo è sto rifugio sicuro? che non sia quello il rifugio sicuro. Ma se è quello devo fare un pistrano.
This is the witch's hut.
Anderson, thought I saw something in the woods. Probably just a deer, but I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. I found another page. Following up on a lead. Keep checking in.
Roger.
The fuse box is missing a fuse. I need to find one to turn on the lights. The page described the hut being lit and mentioned a fuse.
No.
This fuse is busted.
Mi ha risposto grazie.
A lunchbox again. Who's leaving these out here?
Oh là, minchia uno.
This one looks good. People should really stop littering, though.
Oh, minchia no, le fusibili per tutti. un termos di caffè.
Another page. Making progress.
The image of the witch in the sign. Saga addressed the witch. The smudged line on the heart. The second part recited from memory. I brought you the heart, witch. Show me the terror. Saga pushed the heart through the hole in the sign.
Adesso devo mettermi a fare un po' i casi perché li ho lasciati da parte. Non ho letto.
The fuse was in place. She found it among the junk in the forest. Saga stepped inside the witch's hut. Something rushed through her. A presence. Familiar.
Ho fatto 400 trofei sul
Place it.
momento.
Something long forgotten. She tried to hold on to it, but it was already gone. Inside, a bright light. Saga felt safe, like nothing could hurt her here. There were objects that stood out to Saga as if the light had manifested them, pulled them from the darkness. A shift in reality, heavy with hidden meanings. A coffee thermos, a shoebox, a mop and a bucket, a poster on the wall, and in the cabinet, another manuscript page.
I know Nightingale is somewhere around Cauldron Lake.
The tree was a threshold. This place and the dark place. You're in over your head. Next stop, Caldera Street Station.
The threshold. Like a doorway. Leading to Nightingale. It's somehow connected to a tree. Witch's ladle? I already took care of all this. The page from the witch's hut seems to be describing some kind of ritual. To get into the overlap, I need to find Nightingale's heart. Read the line imprinted on it, plus the line on the page to the witch's ladle sign. Then push the heart through the hole in the sign. Nightingale's heart disappeared from the morgue. Where is it now? I need Nightingale's heart to get to the overlap. Where is it?
The cultist leaned close. He was there, but he was risen. Nightingale was there. The opposite of sunspots. Who said that?
That's not it. I don't have what I need to find Nightingale's heart. There must be more. Nightingale's heart. Where is it?
For a while, they played cards in the general store. The witch had stolen his heart. Get out of my house.
Nightingale's heart is at the general store, in a fridge. I need to check the general store for the heart. Casey, I'm headed to the general store. I think I know how to get into the overlap.
Roger that. I followed some ATV tracks in the woods and got a bit turned around.
Did you get lost?
I've only been lost once in my life, Anderson. The years I spent with my ex-wife. I'll find my way back, don't you worry about it.
Ricorda di salvare spesso, già fatto. Adesso dove cazzo devo andare? All'Emporio. Quindi devo scendere e poi andare a sinistra. Forse non è di qua.
Nightingale mentioned the general store. I need to check it out.
Ok, non devo minchiavare. Questa dovrebbe essere quella giusta. Che sta musica, quante tensiogene. La strada dovrebbe essere quella. Qua ci dormiva qualcuno. Ma vaffanculo. Per la serie no, non ci stiamo spaventando, no. Ci stiamo solo cacando sotto. Mortacci tua. Io questo.
A cultist. A monster. Like Nightingale.
Maledetti. C'è un cazzo. Come Silent Hill. Eccolo.
The text on the heart is clearer now. Legible.
Ho trovato lo specchio onda si influenza con furore.
I feel like I recognize this. The fridge. The heart. I knew it would be
Che
here.
schifo.
Like I saw it in a dream. And now I need to give the heart to the witch. Makes total sense.
Oh. Controllare con dea bendata alla cassa. Andiamo alla cassa. Cazzo sta la cassa però.
Casey, there are cultists in the area. They're taken, like Nightingale. Watch yourself out there.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up. I'm still finding my way back.
You have the worst sense of direction.
Any city in America I can get through drunk and blindfolded. It's these damn trees.
Okay, okay. I'm en route to Witch's Ladle. I need to perform a ritual to open the overlap. This case just keeps getting weirder. But it is exciting.
(705, 713) 5, 13, 17, 23, 39, 45, 5, 13, 17, 23, allora 39, 45 abbiamo detto. Proviamo. Oh. Eccoci qua. Mitico. Ok. Scusate, ma devo aspettarmi 2 secondi. Torno subito. Eh? No. Chiamare... Non si fa più una lista. Ok, riprendiamo. Allora, cosa che dobbiamo fare adesso? Vai giù.
Fucking monsters. The wave crashed on the far side of the mirror. I brought you the Heart Witch. Show me the terror.
Le passa quello che pensavo io.
Casey, I think I'm in the overlap. Are you still on your way? Casey! Casey, do you read me? Fuck. Okay, Saga. Going in solo. Logan? Logan! Where are you? What the fuck was that? Logan's back in Virginia. You're imagining things. What was that? Wait. Did I get turned around? No, this is right. This place is looping. Like a nightmare. Need to find Nightingale.
Però
He's here. Nightingale.
Trapped here. To escape. Danger.
Who is that? It's like they're coming in over a bad signal. Nightingale's badge.
yes. Yes, good guy. Open up. Yes. It's a door. Okay. Questa è una boss fight.
Get away!
No. Not cool. No. Deve essere il pazzo qualcuno. salvare. No, oh là, che cazzo. Uff. Uff.
Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
Hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI. I can hear you.
Cauldron Lake.
Yes, I'm at Cauldron Lake. Where are you?
How to escape. In danger. The Dark Presence.
Danger. Thanks. Got it. Hey!
Che cosa? Un cadavere.
Are you okay?
No!
No.
It's my fault! It got out!
Non è un
With
cadavere,
my
è
face!
tirato fuori.
Scratch!
Sir, calm down. I'm gonna need you to take a breath.
He's chased the story. The Dark Presence. We must stop it before...
Easy now. First things first. What's your name?
My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer. I've been...
Wake? Where did you come from? You've been missing for 13 years.
13.
Minchia, ragazzi. Tosto. Tosto. Molto tosto, ragazzi. Wow. Potrei dire wow.
Anderson, where did you go? All of a sudden, the radio stopped working, and then that flooding just disappeared. Crazy forest. Is this who I think it is?
Casey, say hello to Alan Wake. Mr. Wake, this is Special Agent Alex Casey. He'll escort you to our car. Casey, I'll meet you there, right after I take a look around. If the flooding's receded, there might be evidence we missed earlier.
Okay. See you there.
Alex Casey? How? Am I still... Is this the dark place? No, it can't be. I got out.
Yeah, the PI from your books has the same name as me. Great. Moving on.
Should look around. With the flooding gone, could be further clues out there. The flooding disappeared very suddenly. I wonder if there's any connection to the overlap. To Nightingale.
Yeah. It's getting dark. You want a flashlight? It's not safe without light.
my hand and gun.
Sono lì, quindi dovrei, no, penso, non lo so,
We'll keep an eye out.
io al cazzeggio.
A locked box. Is that the cult of the tree symbol on it?
Ah, vabbè. Se la fai.
Notes and ammo. Looks like they're tools of the trade. The cult doesn't see their victims as people.
Oh, questo.
Even the animals are turning into monsters.
Magari evitassimo. Che animali mostri no. Che non so dove cazzo sto andando.
Warning. Activity detected. AWE. Event in progress. Cauldron Lake. What's an AWE? Casey, what exactly does the FBC do?
After New York, when I started looking for our friend here, their name came up. I pushed them for any files they had on him, but got stonewalled. They have a reputation of showing up for weird shit. They have a presence here, and now we find our writer. How about that?
Mr. Wake, we're taking you back to our field office in Bright Falls. You can freshen up there, and then we'll talk properly.
Hey, Mom. Before you say anything, I'm totally fine. Don't freak out. Dad shouldn't have even texted you.
Logan? No one texted me. What's going on?
I'm totally fine. I slipped, that's all. God, it's not the end of the world.
Put your father on the phone.
Okay. Dad, it's Mom.
Don't worry, hun. Logan slipped in the shower and bumped her head. She has a slight concussion, but I'm keeping an eye on her. Lucky I heard her fall. She could have drowned.
Jesus, David. Why didn't you call?
I tried. It didn't go through. She's fine, really. But what about you? You sound stressed.
No, it's, just weird case, that's all.
Well, if you need a hint, my years of board game victories tell me Colonel Mustard did it.
I'll keep an eye out for him. Love you, Dave.
Love you too, honey. Want to say bye to Logan?
Just tell her I love her. Bye for now.
Minchia. E bevono assieme, proprio così. La fede, perché lui è sempre sposato. Oh dear.
Is there anyone you'd like us to reach out to, Mr. Wake? You've been gone a long time.
No. No. They'd be in danger. It'll come for me.
Okay, let's talk about something else. Robert Nightingale. Do you know him? You were both here in 2010.
The Dark Presence got him back then. That's the last time I saw him. 13 years. Oh, fuck me.
Tell us about the pages. You had what looks like a title page with you. Return. Is this the name of the story on these pages? The writer's name has been scratched out pretty violently, but your name can still be made out underneath.
Scratched out. Yeah. Scratch.
Che voce assurda che
Did you write these pages, Mr. Wake?
I'm trying to remember. It's a crazy jumble, like a nightmare. It doesn't make sense. I remember.
Capitolo 3. Adesso iniziano i capitoli di Alan Wake.
Thank you. Welcome. We have a great show for you here tonight. Alan Wake is here. Alan Wake, one of my all-time favorite writers and guests on the show. He's here to talk about his latest book. And as usual, our house band, old
Guarda una PlayStation 1.
Was I in a talk show tonight? Waking up in places with no memory of how I'd gotten there. It was out of control. I didn't need another mugshot in the fucking tabloids. Had I already done the show? Was that a recording?
Madonna, sei brutto.
Good to see you, Alan. Great to see you. Welcome back to the show. Come on, sit down. Woo!
In between with Mr. Doe.
Oh, man. It is so good to see you, Alan. This must be an exciting time for you. Tell me, does it ever get old?
Non è cosa che ha fatto l'alieno in Supergirl.
Publishing a new book.
Sì, riconosco le orecchie.
Are you okay there, my friend? You look like you've
Attori
been cooped
famosi.
up in the writer's room for a few too many years.
This is exactly how I feel.
You know, I've waited so long to get my hands on the sequel to Departure. You left us on quite the cliffhanger. We've all been dying to know what "it's not a lake, it's an ocean" really means.
You and me both.
Well, our wait is over. Your new book, Initiation, hits the shelves tomorrow.
What?
That's exactly what every reader will be asking. This book is mind-bending. It's so cerebral. I mean, how would you describe it? An auto-fictional thought experiment? A horror story? A postmodern detective story?
Wait. This isn't right. I haven't written anything.
He's so humble.
Okay, you got me. Good prank, very funny. But yeah, sad to say, I've not written this. I'd remember if I'd written a book, right?
Or maybe it was written by your evil double. Well played, man! That is spot on! Playing the role here. Pretending the world of the book overlaps our own. That's very meta indeed. You see, Initiation tells the story of a fictional writer named Alan Wake, who is trapped in a nightmare, desperately trying to find the manuscript of a novel he has forgotten he has written. The book is set in New York, but it might not be New York at all. He is tormented by his dark doppelganger and guided by visions of a fictional detective he has written. That's right, Alex Casey is in this book as well.
I guess we'll just keep doing this the whole show. The joke's on me.
But isn't that what you sign up for with autofiction? No, but seriously, I found the structure of the reality you build in the book fascinating. It reminded me of The Matrix. I mean, the writer is physically in his writer's room, trapped there, and he projects himself out to this dark dream of New York through the story he is writing. Like astral projection. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Go on. I should be taking notes here. This is great stuff.
Notes to that other Alan Wake in that room writing this as we speak? Are we all in your story, Alan?
Minchia.
Wow. No, I wish you every success with your new book, Alan. I hope it's as successful as your best-selling Alex Casey series. Initiation hits the shelves tomorrow. After this, I'm sure we'll all be eagerly awaiting the culmination of this hero's journey trilogy of yours. A book called Return, perhaps. Man, thank you for one of the strangest interviews of my entire career, Alan. All this talk of meta-narratives. Happy expecting to disappear once this scene ends.
Cazzo.
Hello?
Allora.
I'm losing it. Something's not right here. I needed to get home. To Alice.
Ah, ok, ti abbassa anche, però, intelligenti. No, mai più. Minchia, questa è una figata. Oh, sì. Attenzione perché può diventare il mio gioco preferito. Vabbè, ragazzi, ci salutiamo qui. Questa live finisce qui, ma tra poco ci rivedremo sempre qui su Twitch per provare finalmente Dragon Age The Walk Guard e Veilguard. A dopo, così vi dico anche le mie prime impressioni su Dragon Age. Ciao ciao!